All right, I think I'm on here. Hey guys, I just kind of riffing here. I do have notes though. But before I get started, my dad is in the hospital, and he's a really fantastic person, honestly. Uh, Vietnam vet, says once Marine, always Marine, so I'm not allowed to say retired Marine. Uh, Worked as a public school teacher in our local school system for 30 odd years. And once retired, went back to help at the VA, a local VA, to make sure that veterans get the medical care that they need, how to sign them up and whatnot. So if you do prayers, if you do good mojo, if you do good energy, um, put some for my dad. He's recovering. There was a medical or a medication issue he was having, an allergy with his medication, and it basically changed his whole personality. And they're hoping to clear it out of his system. I haven't been able to go visit him because I've been sick. So yeah, any good happy thoughts for my dad, I'd really appreciate it. And that's all of the sappy sad stuff I've got. But yeah, that I did want to say that. Hi Cynthia. Yeah. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Um, on a cheerier note, because I do have high hopes, it's a medication issue, and hopefully it'll clear. I have high hopes on this. It's my birthday. Well, not my birthday. My birthday was in January. It's my channel's birthday. This channel has been around now for 3 years. And I knew it was coming up, but for some reason I kept thinking it was in April. So I have zero things prepared. Nothing prepared at all. I don't even have a cupcake. But I did want to just kind of go thank you, so everybody, for helping this channel grow. It's got 3,345 subscribers, which, doesn't make me huge, but it does make me kind of proud. And so that's up to you guys for coming back, for subscribing. I do appreciate that just a lot. And yeah, so I thought I'd take a moment to do a little bit of like a channel update, kind of stuff going on, things I have plans, things to look out for, things that you may want to be involved in, and see here. Go through a couple of things. One, I got such a kick out of making these pens, and I don't know if you see the GHRC for Claire's little Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ thing. It's what I called my subtly naughty line, and I was going to do more, but I have another thing coming out that I am in the middle of designing. The pins I will be making here shortly to go with it. But I do have a little something silly to do with another kind of naughty thing that happens in Outlander that I'm going to do a kind of play on words with. So do look out for that. It should be good. I'm hoping to have it ready by the time we are in Chicago, because any members of the channel that are in Chicago, I will be handing them out to members. And I will have a little care package for everybody from this channel who lets me know that they're going to Chicago. Right now, I believe the people I know for sure going are Cynthia and Melissa, and then someone else told me, and under the users it had Ellie, and I just put M because I'm terrible with last names. So I know for sure 3 people are coming. If you're coming and you haven't let me know, or if I didn't write your name down, because I know there were more people, let me know in the comments if you happen to know, and I will add your name to the list so that I make sure I bring enough little care packages for everybody. There are just a couple of fun things, and one thing that I think is essential to going to a convention or a trip, just like for survival, really. Suzanne says, I will be, you'll be in my prayers. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Now, let's see. That was that. So in Chicago, some people were asking when I do autographs. When do I do autographs? When do I do when's the best time to do this stuff? Me personally, when I go to a convention, I like to do all my autographs on the first day if I possibly can. Sometimes that's just not possible, but if I go, like Saturday is the big day. So if it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, getting your autographs on Friday is, I think, a really good idea, because one, you're getting the actors and writers and whoever you're after, when they're fresh, when they've just gotten there, what they haven't been driven crazy in their happy, cheerful way by all of the fans. So I do like to do that. Plus, the lines are usually shorter on Friday, also shorter on Sundays. Saturday is your big day. Saturday is a great day to do as many of the panels as you can to really check out the vendors if you can. It will be more crowded, but also when it's more crowded, I don't know about you, but when I go to a vendor and I'm looking at their stuff, I almost feel bad if I don't buy anything. But I love to look at everything, and I usually do buy a couple of things. But I feel bad if I'm not purchasing things. So if they're busy and not concentrating on me on a busy day, then I can peruse and walk on and feel very little guilt that I don't buy something at every booth, which would be insane because there's usually a lot of booths and I'm not wealthy beyond all means. And so also Chicago trip. A lot of us are getting there on Thursday night. So I thought it would be fun if we did something together, went out for a meal, something to kind of get to know each other real quick so that if we want to walk around together, we can figure out who's doing what. I'm going to be doing obviously Outlander stuff, but I'm really excited to get some Futurama autographs. Futurama is, if you've not heard of it, it's a cartoon, but it's done by the same fella, Matt Groening, who did The Simpsons, but it's very spacey. And one of the characters is kind of a favorite of mine, and that's played by Katie Sagal, who you might know from as Peg from Married with Children. So I want to meet Peg, but Leela in Futurama. Anywho, so I'm going to get some of those and yeah, just wander around and just see what there is to see. I always love conventions also like this because there'll be cosplay out the kazoo, and I love getting pictures of people's cosplay. So yeah, a lot of stuff there on Chicago. But again, if you want to talk about it with me or with anybody else who's going, check out my Discord channel. And it is also named Katie's Corner in Space. So easy to find on Discord because the link keeps changing. They update their link. It's not static. It's annoying. So I keep trying to update it, but it's beyond me sometimes. Okay. Now I'm going to also I don't know, 3 thing that I wanted to talk about here. I'm going to be trying to do a series of like Droughtlander shows you could watch during Droughtlander, shows you could watch during Droughtlander that are have something in common. Almost all of them on my list have an element of time travel. Some of them have an element of romance, history, or you know, different stuff. So I've got a ongoing list of some of my favorite shows that I've been watching on the side that have some elements that we enjoy in Outlander, though some of them are very futuristic. Some of them are in other countries. Some of them are, you know, male leads rather than female leads as much. So yeah, I've got that going on. If there's any shows that are time traveling adventures or something like that that you think that I should talk about, I guess post it in the comments or email it to me and I will add it to my list if I enjoy it too. I'm not going to talk about a show I don't watch or if I end up not liking it, but odds are I'll probably enjoy it on some level. The 4th thing I wanted to talk about real quick is that I am expanding to another channel, which I'm in the process of building, and you will slowly see some of my content disappear. But none of the Outlander stuff is leaving for now. I'm going to build another channel about Star Trek. You know, I love Star Trek and talk about that quite often. My legacy stuff is back here, yes. So I just thought I'd separate it to make it a little easier on myself, on you, hopefully on this channel for it to build a bit more. And this channel, when Outlander is over, I'm talking about the number 5 thing I want to talk about, will probably be what I had originally meant it to be, which is talking about several different kinds of shows. I kind of got on an Outlander binge talking about it with you guys. It was something that people seem to be interested in, but it has sort of stagnated the channel. And when Outlander is over, any growth is probably going to stop or at least be minimal. So I want to try to move to talking about multiple shows on a regular basis. And so part of how I'm going to try to accomplish that, and this is very fortuitous that this happened, is a journalist contacted me to see if I would show their information on another event. I'm not going to reveal which one or anything at this time because we only just sort of kind of coming to an agreement as to what's going on. And hopefully it'll work out really well. It's really basic. I told them to send me whatever they've got and I will make space on my channel. But it might give me the opportunity to do what I had originally set out to do, was talk about multiple shows, multiple forms of entertainment, movies, books, and TV, I realized that running a channel is way more work than I thought it was. And we all think it's like they just sit in front of a camera and chat like I'm doing now. This part is really easy now, but editing and putting everything together so that each video has content that's interesting to look at. Not that I'm not thrilling to look at, but we'd rather look at Sam. I would. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to do that. And this is sort of an opportunity that really literally fell into my lap. And so I'm going to start transitioning into that after Outlander's over. I still plan to talk about Blood in My Blood. And if enough people are interested, hopefully do a episode by episode review still. But that's not going to be the whole channel. And so again, that's part of the reason why I'm going to try and do like a Droughtlander, what you should watch during Droughtlander series, kind of help me smooth back into that, I hope. And anybody else who is trying to get their feet wet with entertainment writing or video shooting and doesn't have an outlet, I am happy to partner with you. It's not costing anything. It just basically gets each other's names out and information out. And hopefully that will help and benefit anybody who's trying to break into entertainment journalism. We'll work together. We'll figure this out. And that's everything. That's everything I really needed to talk about or wanted to talk about. I do want to just take half a minute to, again, really thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming back and watching this channel, video after video, for giving me tips when I'm doing things wrong, giving me tips when I'm unhealthy, helping support my daughter's dreams and giving her advice on things that she would like to do. That has been really an incredible thing that I didn't foresee happening as part of this channel's creation. So thank you for people who purchase Girl Scout cookies. This is the last day. If you want to get Girl Scout cookies and not pay shipping, this is the last day to do that. For those of you who I've talked about how she's a STEAM student, science, technology, electronics, arts, mathematics, those are all her things. And especially nowadays, though I'm gonna swear I'm not gonna get political, when some of those are in danger for girls, it's really nice to have people say, oh, you know what, my son does this over here and might have known about this. These are cool conversations, and I do appreciate that. And thank you again to all of my members who have continued to support whenever you can. I know some of you do short term, but I appreciate it because the fact that you come back and watch, the fact that you come back and comment, it still helps this channel grow. Those of you who've put a little bit extra each month, I thank you so much. I would not be able to go to this convention in Chicago if it weren't for those few extra dollars, because that's my bus ticket. That's my bus ticket, probably a meal or two too. So thank you so much for helping to make sure I can get there and eat, because even though I'm dieting ish, I still enjoy food. Just thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. Please don't forget to come back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our first Outlander chat. Our first Outlander episode chat starting from the beginning. It's not our first one because we did the second half of season 7, but I think it's going to be really interesting and really difficult. We can't foreshadow ourselves too much. We need to actually talk about the episode that we're viewing. Otherwise, we're going to be like, and then that leads to this that happens in this. That we might actually talk about the episode and not just how Sam looks without a shirt. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your Monday. Hopefully see you tonight. And just lots of love to you. Thanks so much for coming back. And I think I'm done rambling.